Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 816podcasting.com on YouTube, our channel. And this little snippet is going to be the NFL draft first round instant reaction. I only go over the offensive players because most of the time it's only what people care about. So I hope everyone's doing well. And, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like and share and get the word out on 816podcasting.com. So at number one, Cincinnati had the pick, and they went with what everybody was thinking: Joe Burrow, quarterback out of LSU. Just it gives them a franchise player, quarterback to build around. So that's a solid pick for them. Number four, the New York Giants went Andrew Thomas, offensive tackle out of Georgia. If you watched our previous fan mock draft, we had linemen going there, not Andrew Thomas, but again, it's to protect Daniel Jones. So that's another good pick. Number five, another pick that most people saw coming: Tua Tagovailoa to Miami, quarterback out of Alabama. Again, a franchise quarterback for a team that needs franchise quarterbacks and players. Number six, Justin Aber, quarterback out of Oregon, whatever. Do they believe in Tyrod Taylor for the entire year? That's the question that we're going to see there. I think Tyrod gets a few, and then the kid comes in and steps up and takes over. Number 10, Cleveland took offensive tackle Willis Jr. out of Alabama. Again, another team that needs to protect the quarterback. Baker Mayfield needs to get protection so he can throw the ball downfield. Number 11, Mekhi Becton to the Jets, tackle out of Louisville. Same situation. Darnold needs to be protected so he can throw the ball. Anytime you go with a tackle or that, you just hope that they could pan out as a tackle. If not, you move them inside the guard. So they're tough. One of the harder positions to bust on. At number 12, the first wide receiver off the board going to the Raiders was Henry Ruggs, a third wide receiver, Alabama. This is probably the first guy that we're really going to have to talk about. I'm not a huge fan of Ruggs, but when you stop and think about how this offense is set up, they could absolutely use a guy with this kind of speed. They already have the tight end in Waller, takes those nice short little deep passes. They already have a pretty good number one, a decent number one in Tyrell Williams. So Ruggs comes in, steps in, but he's the third wide receiver now. And it's actually a pick that fits their system. Might not fit the quarterback yet, but I think in time that will come. Next up, number 13, Tampa Bay is actually a trade with number 14, San Francisco. So Tampa Bay picked up the number 13 and the 245, and San Francisco picked up 14 and 117. I think that was an extra fourth round pick. 117, I think, was fourth. Anyway, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers chose Tristan Wirfs, tackle out of Iowa. They got to protect Tom Brady. It's just one of those things you got to do now at this point. Number 15, Denver, Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver, Alabama. Another one that I think we should really talk about here. Already have Courtland Sutton, Noah Fant, Drew Lock. Now you add in Jerry Jeudy, and you have a pretty solid offensive team unit right there. Young offensive team unit. So just think of what the Raiders in Denver did, and they're trying to build that offense to keep up with the Chiefs, is what I'm saying. Number 17, Dallas, CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver, Oklahoma. Another playmaker for Dak Prescott. Again, he's probably going to shoot for over or get close to 5,000 yards again. And a player like CeeDee Lamb to fall to 17 is huge. CeeDee Lamb was actually my number one rated wide receiver. Number 18, we have Miami picking Austin Jackson. Going to step in and protect to his backside. Number 21, Chase McCoy was not happy with this pick. Jalen Reagor, wide receiver out of TCU. It was a position of need, and they had to get somebody, and I think this was their guy. There was maybe one other player, two other players that probably fit a little bit better, but they saw something out of Reagor, and Philly chose him at 21. At number 22, right after, Minnesota selected Justin Jefferson, wide receiver out of LSU, and a lot of people thought Jefferson was better than Reagor, and they had those flip-flops, but this is the way it fell on this one, and Jefferson plays a lot of slot, and so does Adam Thielen, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Number 24, New Orleans selected Cesar Ruiz, center out of Michigan. Now, if anybody watched the draft, I watched it from start to the end, all the way through. And the thing that grabbed me most about this guy was sitting on his couch and he was absolutely bawling his eyes out. Like he was ready to give everything he has to the New Orleans Saints. And to me, that is what the NFL draft is all about. Number 25, we had a trade here. San Francisco traded up. They went from 31 to 25 with Minnesota. Minnesota received 31, 117, a pick they traded before, on 176. And San Francisco selected Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver out of Arizona State University. Herm Edwards knows how to produce him. It gives them another playmaker, someone to pair with Deebo Samuels and make this offense a little bit scarier. Number 26, the Green Bay Packers made a trade. They traded number 30 and 136 for number 26, and they chose Jordan Love, quarterback out of Utah State. This dude is all potential, and I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, and like I said, they do this every 15 years. Every 15 years, they try and grab that quarterback that they see the potential in, and this guy's next in line. And if he's not next in line, he becomes a quality backup, and that's something that, if anything happens to Rodgers, we've seen in the past how bad it gets. Okay, number 29, Tennessee selected Isaiah Wilson, tackle out of Georgia. They lost Conklin, so this guy will step in and replace him, and they continue doing what they do, pound the ground. And finally, at number 32, the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs, selected Clyde Edwards-Helaire, running back out of LSU. In a lot of boards, he was the 4th rated running back. But the Chiefs decided this was their guy, and they went and grabbed him. They weren't going to have a chance at him at the back of the second. So here we go. Clyde Edwards-Helaire could possibly be the number 1 drafted running back in rookie fantasy football draft. So that's a guy to keep your eye out. Catches the ball well. It's a little short. I think it was 5'8", 210-ish. So a little bit like Maurice Jones-Drew to me. But again, this dude is pretty good at everything he does. Like I said, he was the 4th rated. DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, and John Taylor were all a little bit rated higher. But again, are we going to doubt them? It's just another huge offensive weapon for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that was the instant reaction on the picks that happened. Now, we still have a lot of quality players out there. And we still have 6 more rounds to go. So these are just the ones that I wrote down really quick. Some of them are going to go in the 2nd round, some go in the 3rd round, but they're all still really, really good players. At running back, DeAndre Swift, I just mentioned them. John Taylor, J.K. Dobbins, Cam Akers, Zach Moss, A.J. Dillon. My favorite one out of here is probably Cam Akers, just to keep an eye on someone. Then at wide receiver, we still have Denzel Mims, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman Jr., Laviska Shenault, Chase Claypool, and David Duvernay. I think out of these, I like 3. I like the top 3, Mims, Higgins, and Pittman. I think they're all really, really good prospects. Then at tight end, we probably won't see any tomorrow, maybe 3rd round. Probably 3rd round. So yeah, we'll see him tomorrow. Troutman, Kmet, Harrison Bryant, Hunter Bryant, and Okwa Bignum, wide receiver or tight end out of Missouri. So there you have it, the 1st round instant reaction, I guess you would say. Look forward to rounds 2 and 3 tomorrow, and let's just keep this rolling. I appreciate everybody watching. Like, share, and drop a comment if you guys like. I'd love to hear from you.